Hey, so today I'm going to show you how to toast quinoa. Why? Well, get this. Quinoa is a complete protein, and that makes it a great addition to salads, smoothies, smoothie bowls, yogurts, soups, pretty much anything you want to make extra fancy. So stay tuned. Here's what I'm going to show you in this video. What actually quinoa is. Spoiler alert, it's not what you think. Why you should 100% rinse your quinoa. This is very, very important. And the best way to rinse it. No surprise, I got a hack for you. How to store quinoa like a boss, because you know what? This stuff lasts for a while. And of course, I'm going to teach you how to toast it and some of the science behind it. So let's get to it. First up, what is quinoa? Well, it's basically a seed that kind of cross-dresses as a grain. I mean, people think it's a grain. It's not. It's a seed. It's full of complex carbs, which is the good carb, right? So that part's pretty awesome. It's loaded with fiber, also a great thing. But the thing that I love about it, as a vegetarian, it's a complete protein. So mic drop on that. But here's the plot twist. You have to rinse your quinoa before you eat it. Why? Well, quinoa, the outer shell, the hull of the seed, is coated in saponins, which is basically nature's way of saying, I dare you to eat me. Like, seriously, just try it. You don't want that. Saponins are bitter, and they totally wreck your stomach if you eat too much of them. So not cute, not demure. I don't know why I really like doing that. Here's my hack for cleaning quinoa, which doesn't waste water, because most recipes, if you read them, what do they say? What do they say? Just rinse it under running water. Well, guess what? My method uses 8 times less water. The faucet spits out a gallon of water a minute. So if you're rinsing under water, well, here, I'm saving the planet and I'm saving your water bill. How awesome is that? You're welcome. So you should totally check out my video on this method. It has all the science. I explain why I'm using salt. I also explain why I don't use common produce washes like baking soda or vinegar for washing quinoa. It's very important, but I'm just going to explain to you how to do it. So here is my hack that my mom calls genius for washing your quinoa. You want to take that quinoa and put it in a small bowl with some headroom. Cover it with water and then add a teaspoon of salt. Stir it up and let it soak for about 30 minutes. And, give it a little swirl every now and then. Drain, rinse, and repeat. But don't actually rinse. That's the key. You're gonna drain it, cover it with water again, and let it soak again. Drain it one last time and boom, you are done. No waste, no bitterness, water saved, and your quinoa is ready to rock. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Toasted quinoa. Add your rinsed quinoa to a dry pan over a medium heat. No oil, no butter, you're just raw dogging it. Keep that quinoa moving and don't let it burn. That part's really important. If it starts to stick or burn, turn down the heat. This is the Maillard reaction. When quinoa is heated, a chemical reaction occurs between the amino acids and the reducing sugars within the quinoa. That produces hundreds of different flavor compounds, like all the tasty things. It makes it taste richer, nuttier, more savory. We love that reaction. It's one of our favorites. Toast it for about 5 minutes. That's about how long it's going to take. And don't be shocked if some of the grains, not grains, seeds, if they start popping around like popcorn. It's totally normal. Some of them are just going to pop. But once it's golden brown and you can smell that nuttiness, you are done. Bonus tip, toast your quinoa before boiling it. First, extra flavor. You can use toasted quinoa as it is, sprinkle it on smoothies, sprinkle it on salads. Yay, totally awesome. But a little secret, you can also toast it before you boil it. This gives your cooked quinoa a nutty flavor that takes it from meh to yes, please. There's a couple other things that are great about toasting it before cooking it too. It makes the quinoa firmer and less sticky. It seals that outer layer, therefore reducing how much water is absorbed, but also how much starch is released during cooking. It makes really nice, lovely quinoa. Of course, you want to make sure that your quinoa is fresh to begin with, right? So here's how to store your quinoa, because literally this stuff will keep fresh for like almost ever. You want to put uncooked quinoa in an airtight container and have it hang out in a cool, dry place, like pantry up. It can last up to 3 years stored this way. Yeah, 3 years. Quinoa is basically the Benjamin Buttons of grains, seeds, foods. Anyway, it'll last a really long time. But once you cook it up, that's a little bit of a different story. And you should definitely check out my video on how to cook the perfect quinoa. Once you cook it, quinoa will keep in the fridge for about 5 days and in the freezer for about 3 months. Again, you want to make sure that it's sealed tight. Like, keep it sealed tight like your family secrets. Thanks for sticking with me. So now you know, because you're a smarty pants, you know what quinoa is. It is not a grain. It is a seed. You know why you should rinse it, because of those saponins, right? You don't want that bitterness or the tummy stuff. My water saving hack, which like literally saves 8 times the water, like uses so much less water. And how to toast it and make it taste like heaven. Plus, how to store it like a pro. You are set. And if you make something that's like social media worthy, tag me. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see you slay. See you next time.